Welcome everyone to our first AADE Townhall meeting. Thank you for coming. I know a lot of you are busy. Some of you are graduate students. You have to leave for your class, but I really appreciate your time for supporting AADE. Thanks a lot. So we'll get started. This is our agenda. So first we have our special welcome by none other than our favorite Mr. Giussani. Yeah, we love him to death.
Especially at 3 hours.
Yeah, except for that part. And then we also have our new officers, like of 2018 and 19, who's going to introduce themselves and present about their upcoming events and have other announcements. Also, we have our very special guest. We have Kaylee Kennedy. Kaylee, you can just raise your hand and show everyone that you're here. Perfect. All right. So we're going to go straight into the main point. We're going to have now Mr. Giussani give us a talk.
Without the drillers, we wouldn't have any wells, right? Even though some people don't think you guys are very sophisticated, you'd be surprised at things you can do. If you guys are Google kind of individuals, you can look on the computer, look at the project out in Long Beach, California. Anybody from California? Now, while you're sitting in California, beautiful place, Long Beach, the harbor, you look out there and you see these beautiful islands. Guess what? That's a drilling pad. It looks like an idyllic place. There's palm trees all around it. From the top, looks like a high-dollar location. But then when you look underneath, there's hundreds of wells. So you got something about, let's say, that size. You got wells that go up that way, that way, that way, this way, and we get it done just ourselves, right? So being a driller does not mean that you're just swinging big iron. It's part of your job, right? But you're also very sophisticated. Anybody who's done any unconventional drilling? Not a clue? Maybe not? Well, these are wells that maybe go down a mile, and then they go out that way 2 miles. So can you imagine? Think about it. We're actually bending steel, right? That way. So I mean, we used to work for another organization we will not mention in the old business, and go around all the high schools around here, and I would try to convince them for the better students to pledge and try to go after the Archie Scholarship, which is a 4-year ride. Don't have to be petroleum, as long as you're related to petroleum. And the comment I heard was, oh, your industry is not sophisticated. You guys don't really have any technological advances. And I had to keep my mouth shut and I show a picture and go, look, can you do this? And so, all in all, drilling is kind of I would say, joint venture. You have to move lots of steel, right? Because we're drilling one joint at a time. We go 3 miles this way, but we go what? 40 foot at a time, right? 140 foot, 240 foot, 340 foot, until we get there. At the same token, you can actually control the direction of the well. You go turn left, right, up and down, make a mistake, come back, do it again. I'm drilling a simple little bitty well up in New Mexico right now. It's about 3,000 feet. Shouldn't be much of a deal, right? Last night, about 3 o'clock in the morning, we pumped our 8th peel. We lost circulation, meaning the pressure inside the wellbore is so high that the fluid, instead of coming around, is going out in the formation. And we have pumped 8 peels, 3.5 decks, fighting it. Guess what? We raised a white flag. We might give up tonight. So lots of money involved. A little simple well like that, $4 million. So as a drilling engineer, pretty quickly, you get into the money business. It's not unusual for a well to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 $million. And if you're the man in charge, everybody's going to look at you. So don't think about drilling engineers the way that most people think about it. It's a very sophisticated, exciting. You might don't sleep for about 2 or 3 days. You might be on the phone. Advances in technology is fantastic. In my office here in Lebanon, I can actually have a screen and I actually look what the rig is doing. What depth, how fast are they drilling, how much food is coming around, so it's pretty nice. Years ago, I used to be on location. That's why I talk so loud. Instead, I took lots of naps next to the engines, so one of my ears is not working properly. So when you talk to me and I try to ignore you, I'll probably get you on this side. You're gonna go, that's all I hear. Some of the little problems we have. Anything else? Welcome. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna try to give you a little bit of feel for some of the sophisticated things, some of the big stuff. For those who are not petroleum engineering majors, we have a campus on the east side of the loop where we actually have a drilling rig in the makings. So we might be able to go out there without having to go all the way to Midland to look at one and start looking at that. And you'll be impressed. I mean, not too many universities have their own drilling rig. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be drilling. Most operating companies. An operating company is a company that actually has properties and drills wells. Most operating companies are giving up on having their own drilling rigs. Usually, drilling rig is something they use a service company. The boss is hired to do the job, and so it kind of is interesting. Okay. What else? Any questions? Are you happy to be here? Hopefully, the answer is yes. You should be excited, and hopefully, we have a great program. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Mr. Giussani. All right, so we're just going to get started with officer introductions. And I'll go first. My name is Scott Coleman. I'm from Goodyear, Arizona. I studied petroleum engineering. I got getting a minor in math. Linear algebra is a lot of fun, man. I'm involved with Christians at Tech right now, and my hobbies include eating and exercising, a little bit of cooking, still learning. And I had an internship as an agronomy intern with eco-drip irrigation. If you want to hear more about that, you can ask me afterwards. What I do here for AADE is I'm the webmaster. So I'm in charge of our Facebook, Instagram profiles. Make sure you guys are staying updated besides just the email blasts that we get all the time, which is great. And we have a YouTube channel coming up. Actually, we're recording right now, so you'll be able to watch the presentation that we're going to have and just keep updated, guys. Eric?
Hi, my name is Eric, and I'm the secretary this year. I'm from a hometown called Kingwood, Texas, which is just northeast of Houston, Texas. I'm majoring in a bachelor's in petroleum engineering and a master's in petroleum engineering. This last summer, I had the opportunity to work with Concho doing production engineering. And speaking of Concho, they're actually having an event tomorrow, 5:30 at 4 golf. You should come out, free food, and you get golf. Other events I do is tutor for the Technique Center here at Tech, and I'm also a member of a couple of different organizations. In my spare time, I like to hike, camp, hang out with friends, and travel. My responsibilities this upcoming year is going to be organizing officer events and community service events, as well as taking pictures at our events. We are having a couple of events come up in October. We have Habitat for Humanity, which is basically improving the environment. It's a community service event. And then South Plains Food Bank in November. Next up is Grant Goodman.
Hi everyone, I'm Grant Goodman. Can't read. I'm from Nacogdoches, Texas. I'm the organizing chair this year. This past summer, I had the opportunity of working with Encana in Denver, being a reservoir engineering intern. Some other things that I do currently is I'm a mentor and tutor for the bridge program here at Texas Tech, as well as a member of SPE and many other organizations. My hobbies are fishing and drinking. Some of my responsibilities are ordering food for all of these meetings, so food and drinks. So obviously, out of everyone here, I'm the most important because I provide food. And then my other things are setting up and tearing down, taking care of volunteer opportunities, and just keeping track of all of our equipment. So some things that you should be aware of. If you haven't already, you need to join us on Tech Connect. Do that right there. And through that, we'll be sending out a thing for Sign Up Genius. which is what we're going to be using to keep track of our volunteer service hours. And the volunteer service hours will help you with something that we're going to talk about a little later, which is our Denver conference that we're going on next semester. So just keep that in mind, sign up there, and I'll send y'all a bunch of emails about volunteer service. So, thank you. Next is Ricky.
Hi, my name is Ricky Del Principe. I'm a petroleum engineer major. Last summer I had an opportunity to work for Endeavor Energy out in Midland. I was a production intern where I actually met Kaylee. Right? And so my hobbies are golfing and shooting. And pretty much what I do is I help keep our organization in tech. So I have to register, go to a few meetings. I'm also in charge of outreach programs, so we're hoping to go to a high school and explain what we do as an organization. I'm also in charge of intramurals, so we're hoping to do at least softball and basketball. Football is coming up real soon, and so if a lot of you are interested, we'll pay all the fees and stuff that go along with it. But our big ones are going to be softball, indoor soccer, and basketball. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. My email is just my name at TTU. Grant mentioned that volunteering is important. We need more volunteers. We're all help, but Arif will talk way more about it and why it's more important. Up next is Luis Salazar.
Okay guys, so my name is Luis Salinas and I am a mechanical engineer, a junior in mechanical engineering. I don't have my degree yet. So I'm from Edinburgh, Texas. I'll be surprised if anybody knows where that is. Awesome. Yeah, deep South Texas, 10 hours, bad drive. Anyways, last summer I had the opportunity to go study abroad in Rome, which was amazing. If you guys have any questions you want to ask me about studying abroad in Rome, or if you're scared of studying abroad, just come up and talk to me. During the months of October through February, I'm a high school basketball ref. The pay's good, the fans aren't. So if you want to join that too, just talk to me after. I'll get your contact info. We got a meeting coming up in a week or two. And yeah, I like to play basketball. Sometimes you might see me around campus with my dog. So if you do, stop me, say hi. He's friendly. So what I do here is I'm the treasurer. I keep all the financial records. We got a few shirts for sale. We're still taking pre-orders. They haven't come in yet. A lot of you pre-ordered, which was great. They're coming in. They look awesome. We're in the process of designing a new t-shirt. Trying to get rid of these old ones, so if you guys want to buy some, they're $10. And the polos start at $30, and the Nike ones are $40. We got a few left, so it all depends what you guys need. We're still taking pre-orders, and that's about it. If you have any questions, just feel free to talk to me after this, and I'll be more than happy to help. Now we got Rosie.
Hi, my name is Rosie Zoko, and I grew up in Ivory Coast, in Abidjan, and my major is petroleum engineering. I also have a minor in mathematics and geology. This past summer, I had an internship with Weatherford. I was working surface well testing. Other involvements, I work at the IT Help Central. I'm also involved in Tau Beta Pi and the SPE and the NSPE. In my spare time, I do like to write and cook. And here in AADE, my role is basically to raise funds, and in doing so, we have two fundraisers coming on October 3rd, Twisted Root Burgers, and I hope on November 29th. And next semester, during the spring, we have the first ever AADE golf tournament, so people be on the lookout for that. Thank you. The next one is Hunter.
Mr. Seth is not in the town right now. My name is Rushul Pandya and I'm junior in Petroleum Engineering. I'll be working with membership chair as a committee head. Talking about Mr. Shea, his hometown is Houston, Texas. His major is of course Petroleum Engineering and minor in mathematics. Recently, in last summer, he did intern with Aramco in reservoir engineering, and his hobby is shooting.
You probably ought to spell out a little more shooting.
His membership chair, his responsibility will be printing and posting flyers, accepting members through Tech Connect. Of course, to the new members, again, I'll say that please go on Tech Connect and please get connected with AADE, otherwise you won't get the event notifications or anything. So that would be the thing you should definitely do. Other than that, recruiting members, updating point from members, and that's why name committee are crucial. One more thing that recently, since Texas Tech has started this new Tech Connect portal, some of the emails are going in junk mail, so make sure you keep checking your spam or junk folder so you don't miss out on anything. Yeah, that will be all. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Hunter Sprague. I'm the External Vice President this year. I saw a bunch of y'all out at the kickoff, and thanks for coming back and joining us for our first town hall. I'm Energy in Denver, Colorado, as a reservoir engineering intern. My major is petroleum engineering. I'm a senior. I'm involved with SVE, and I joined hunting in my free time. What I'm responsible for at AADE are the tailgates, rig and facility tours, and field trips. So our first tailgate is coming up this weekend against Lamar, and we're partnering with AADE PG on that one. It's going to be off campus at main and X location. In the next slide, there'll be a map to show you where that's at. Deep Ellen Brewing is going to be sponsoring that, as well as Gravity Oilfield Services, and they'll be cooking fajitas. So drinks and food will be provided. It'll be a good time. We're also doing the U of H tailgate September 15th with SPE in their usual location, just north of the building here. Same at the West Virginia game, the KU game. We're going to try to do a rig tour, which will be great for you mechanical students who don't get the opportunity to go through the department here. We're going to try to get out to Midland on an actual rig that's running. If not, we'll definitely go into the East Campus and take y'all there and show y'all around. My committee head is Jake Bassinger. He's right over here. So if you need anything, just stop me after the meeting or talk to Jake here, and we'll be letting know. And here's the location of that tailgate this weekend. Here you can see the Terry Fuller building right in this area, as well as the stadium. So you just go down Main Street, and it's right here on in this spot here. If you need any help finding it, just let me know, and I'll point it out to you. Next up, we have Taylor.
Hey guys, my name is Taylor Hickman. I'm a junior in petroleum engineering, and I'm a senior in mechanical engineering, and I'm minoring in mathematics. I'm from Borger, Texas, and this summer I was in Watkins, Colorado, which is just east of Denver, doing production engineering with ConocoPhillips. Other things I'm involved in, I'm the ladies in petroleum treasurer, so if you're a lady in the room, please come see me. We'd like to have you join our organization. I'm also a life mentor, which life stands for Launch Your Future in Engineering, so it's strictly for freshmen. And then I'm also members in these other organizations. I enjoy cooking, baking, softball, and painting. So what my responsibilities are, sorry, words are hard, guys. Company informational sessions, technical presentations, and then we're looking at different certifications for our members as well. My committee head is Sean Jamal. As of right now, we have our ExxonMobil drilling rig supervisor recruiting session tomorrow in this room at 6 o'clock. And then next week, next Wednesday at 6 p.m. we also have EOG classes for an info session, and free food will be there. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to be with Oxy in Livermore 101 at 7. And we'll be emailing and blasting this out to y'all so you know about it. And you can always check our Instagram, Facebooks, and LinkedIn. It's all there. And then in October, we're going to end up doing the Wild Well Control class. And it's a 3-day course, all day. And we'll start registration on that shortly, but we'll actually have a test at the end of it so we can get a certification as beginner course for this class. And then potential technical presentations that I'm still working on setting up is with Ulterra, Derrick Equipment Company, and ConocoPhillips, and those are pending. So we'll see what else we can get for y'all. And that is it. And I'd like to introduce Arif.
Thank you, everyone. So my name is Arif Ahmed. I'm the president of this organization. I'm from Dhaka, Bangladesh. So it's a small country way in by India. It's like 8,500 miles from here. My experience, last summer I entered with Good Energy Services. I was with cold tubing engineering. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I went to the field and I was working at the office at the same time as well. It was the best summer I had in the US. My other involvements, I'm also the secretary for the engineering ambassadors. So you saw me maybe at the like engineering kickoff. You'll see me at the job fair. You'll see me everywhere like EOC has events. Also, I'm a community advisor. So I'm a community advisor for the Bledsoe Residence Hall. So anyone who lives by the engineering place, you'll see me quite a lot. Mentor. I'm also a mentor for First Mentorship Program. So it's an engineering program for first in the family to come to college. So those kind of engineering students. So I help to guide them through college life and everything else. So if you need me for help or mentoring, please do reach out to me. I'm available for you all the time. And my hobby is graphics design. So by now you know who designed these slides and everything, all the like flyers you see. Okay, so as a president, my tasks are endless. So I'm in charge of the town hall meetings, the non-technical presentations. The reason we are focusing on non-technical as well, because as an engineer, we have the stigma of saying, okay, we don't know how to communicate, we don't know how to talk with people, we don't know about life, we are robots. So we want to get that stigma out. So I'm going to try to have a couple of non-technical presentations. I'm also in charge of software trainings. So we are shooting for a Spotfire training, probably end of November-ish. So if you're interested, if you don't know what Spotfire is, it's a like software used in the industry, the whole industry quite a lot. So if you're interested, look out for that. Career prep events, we're gonna have a bunch of career preps event where we're gonna have alumni come and speak to you all about different stuff. And then my most important part is looking after the officer to make sure they're working what they're supposed to. That's the hardest part. Also, I'm in charge of the AADE elections. So if you want to be an officer, so how many freshmen do we have in the room? Can you raise your hand? Amazing. So when I was a freshman, I got involved, and today you can see where I am now. So I want to see you all here as well, being the president in 2 years' time, and then inspiring the next generation. Also, I'm also in charge of the AADE scholarships and awards. So we have scholarships, the AADE scholarships that is given out to students. It's so simple, people don't apply. It's like you have to write a 250-word essay why you want to be a petroleum engineer, and you get the scholarship. It's so simple. We're going to talk about it later on in the semester. Some of the announcements that I have. So I'm working on this event, so Life of a Young Engineer. So non-technical presentation. So it's by Joe Miller and Christian Perner. So these are former AADE officers. So they, one of them is president, another is a VP. So they will be here. So one of them is currently working for Chesapeake, another for EOG Resources. So they will be here to talk about their experience as a young engineer. Then we have Inroads. So how many of you know about Inroads? No one? Okay, that's okay. So Inroads is an organization that helps those ethical students from ethical backgrounds or minor backgrounds to get internships and full-time opportunities in the Fortune 500 companies. So we're gonna host Inroads. Inroads usually come here, but not a whole lot of students know about it. If you're first generation, if you're Hispanic, if you're an American Indians, if you're international, that organization helps you to get in touch with the Fortune 500 companies. I have friends who are working for with Shell. Just got hired with Shell because of through Inroads. So I'll try to have them. I'm shooting for October 4th. so I just have to confirm the room and everything else with them. And then another part, Mr. Richard Spears. He is the CEO and the founder of Spears and Associates. He was the keynote speaker of our last AADE conference. He was an amazing person. Like, he goes to Yale University to teach a class on the future of oil industry, and he will be here with textile students because he hasn't visited us, so he wants to visit and talk about the future of the oil industry. Lastly, I want to talk to you. I know a lot of officers talked about getting involved, volunteering hours, so all these things. Like today, the fact that you came here, we scanned your ID. Make sure at the end we scan your ID again, because all these points will go towards your AADE conference. We have an all-paid expense conference to Denver, Colorado. It's like a 4-day trip. We pay for your hotel, for your flight, for your food, everything else you can imagine. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We went there last year. It was amazing. So please get involved with us. And next semester in April, we are going to the Denver conference. So hopefully you guys earn the possible points. That's it what I have from my end. So I'm going to give to Dr. Watson to talk a little bit about you all.
I think most of you here heard me talk the other night, I would assume, and so I don't want to repeat anything I said there. I guess I can tell you my hobbies are hunting and golf, so I try to spend as much time doing that as I can. But I do look forward to seeing all of you participate in AADE. I know it's a lot. You say, wow, there's SPE, there's AADE, there's LIP, and so you feel like maybe you're a little bit tugged and hard to spread around. That's okay. I mean, you're not expected to make every single meeting, and so look at the meetings and see what interests you the most, what turns you on. And a lot of you that have not been around the oil and gas business much, now's your opportunity to kind of see what's out there. I mean, does drilling interest me? Does production interest me? Is it reservoir? So now's kind of your chance in these meetings, especially if you don't have internships, to kind of start feeling out what interests you the most. That's going to obviously affect you mostly in your senior year when you start choosing what electives you want. We have lots of electives. Obviously, you can take them all, but that would be a pretty tough load. But certainly, which area you want to specialize in. So I'm just keeping it short. So, is there any questions for me?
What about mechanical students?
What about
mechanical students? A lot of them are
mechanical?
Connecting that to the
Well, I think this obviously being involved both SPE and AADE is going to give you a lot more exposure to what we're all about, what petroleum engineering is all about. I mean, petroleum engineering is a very melded program between civil, mechanical, chemical, and electrical. I mean, it's a little bit of everything. Primarily, I would say chemical and mechanical. So, I mean, many companies hire I was actually a chemical engineer, so was Al. We came out of school. We both went to work for Shell. Shell had its own university, just like Exxon, Gulf, and all the companies, the big seven sisters back then. But in '86, when oil price crashed, all those big companies did away with all those programs. So those nice training programs don't exist anymore. So most of the time they use outside sources, but they're still hiring mechanical and chemical engineers for petroleum engineering jobs. My daughter graduated from Tech as an industrial engineer and has worked for Anadarko as a petroleum engineer. So if you come to these meetings and pick up a lot of the jargon and things are going on, so when you talk to your interviewer so you can intelligently converse about the oil and gas industry, that's going to go miles and miles for you as far as getting a job. Is that what you're referring to, maybe?
Yes.
So, and then they're probably going to throw me under the bus for telling you this, but I've gone to chemical and mechanical chairs many times in the past and told them they are welcome to come over here and use my visualization lab. They're more than welcome. There's a little bit of time issue there, but there are several open. And then we have the Oil Field Technology Center. So it used to be referred to as East Campus, which is about 9 acres or so on the East Loop. And I'm kind of hoping by October we actually might have a drilling rig there. If not by then, certainly by the end of the year. Actual working drilling rig, not one that just sits there. We're actually going to drill a 2,000-foot well, and we're going to actually use it. Local industry people actually use it to train the rig hands there. And so, in addition to the drilling rig, of course, the pump unit, the tank battery, all of them are fully functional. And I've invited them, especially like chemical engineering. They take separation. I said, well, we got all these separators out there. You ought to bring your students out there and show them that. And I've gotten very little feedback on that. So anyway, but I'm a real handsy-on person, and I grew up in the industry all my life. I grew up born in East Texas. My granddaddy worked for Pan American, which became Amoco, which became BP. And I mean, I was going around in the early 60s with him when they actually still, you see the pictures of the old derricks that stayed there forever once they built them. That I actually went out on those. They left the derrick there because we actually, with the pulling unit, instead of the mast that goes up, we actually, the drawworks, that's it. Back the drawworks to one of those, what we call standard derricks. You take the drawworks, you'd actually rig up on the standard derrick. So that's how far I go back. My granddaddy started in 1935 back in there. So a lot of roots in this industry that I love so much. But anyway, unless you have a question for me, I'll turn it back over to who? You, Reed? Okay, back to Reed.
Before I go to the next slide, I just wanted to let you know that these are just some of the events we worked during the summer. We have a whole lot of events coming up like within this semester, because our goal is to make sure like you all are like getting what you're supposed to get. Like, you know, our goal is not to just run our organization, like, you know, have our title and get it done. You know, our plan is to make sure, like, you know, we see students struggling in, let's say, designing a drill bits. We can have a class on drill bits. We see students struggling in a certain topic. We're trying to have a like, you know, speaker for that kind of topics. And then, like, you know, keep looking for all the events and everything. Tech Connect, please add yourself to Tech Connect. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever you want. Let us know. Like, you know, we post everywhere, and get connected with us as much as you can. And like, this is your organization. Give us idea what you want to see. If you want to see, okay, you say, okay, you know what, Arif, it's too much technical information for us. Can we do some social events where we do nothing but drink? All right, I'm gonna do that for you guys. Let me know what you want. Like, you know, this is your organization. You get to design it. So don't ever hesitate. All right, now I'm gonna turn this to our special guest, Kaylee Candy.